Video 2. I got the other one uploading on the other phone. I've decided that I'm not going to put music on the intense ones and see if that helps the flow. We'll see. In the video, I said October 23rd, or 2023, but it was actually October 2022 when I resigned. My days be rolling together because it's been a freaking whirlwind since October 2022. Lordy. It's been crazy. That's for sure. It's an intense video, I feel like. But it's things that need to be said. It's freaking freezing here. I'm sorry. I'm wearing my hat. Sorry. This is my brother's hat, actually. I'm not cool enough to have a car harness. My brother's got a pretty cool sense of style. I be rocking it. As this video is uploading, it came to me. There's a lot of misconceptions, I feel like, with the Christian community and people saying they are religious, they go to church, they walk with faith, but they don't carry the actual mind base of an actual full submitted Christian. And it's nothing but nuts to them. They're just being led by their ego and their flesh. There's a lot of different corrupt ways in this world, a lot of different cults, a lot of ways where people have manipulated their mind and manipulated the system around them to go hand in hand with their belief system that they've created within themselves as to why they do X, Y, Z. Okay? And I see that now. I've recognized that in people that I've had dealing with in the past, where I see now how it is that they have manipulated their mind to make them feel like they're doing right because they've justified it in their mind. But see, all the while in times like that, when you go through loopholes like that, that's the devil coming through, creating different loopholes for you to create reasons as to why you can walk in these different paths and make in your righteous way because you're righteous. But see, there's no righteous forsaken. You see, if you're walking in a way where you're like, oh, I'm doing this because of X, Y, Z, and they've done X, Y, Z. Those are all manipulated in your mind to corrupt your mind for you to be led by your ego and your flesh. And that happens a lot in the business industry, in the corporate industry. They manipulate. They're very, very, and I say there, I don't mean to put them in an emphasis as a box. All right. Everybody's a manipulator in a way. You can manipulate your words however you see fit. The main purpose of what you need to ground yourself in is when you speak from your heart chakra. Like I just had a burp, excuse me. If you get to a place where you're no longer speaking from your heart chakra, but your mind and different things that you've put forth in your mind, being led by your ego and your flesh to do X, Y, Z, then you need to go back to the drawing board. You see, and I see that now. I'm connecting all the dots in reference just the way that the culture and society has succumbed to in the Christian faith, in the Christian community. Not all Christian faiths, not all Christian communities, but there is particular ones. I mean, and it's on all sides of the fence. It really is. Whether you walk with Christian faith or you don't walk with Christian faith, you're a part of the church, you're not a part of the church, whatever. You have control of your mind, what you push out into this world, what narratives you push out into this world, right? You have control of your own narrative. It's a matter of what kind of legacy and narrative you want to leave behind for your children. What you really have to ask yourself is whatever it is you're doing within that moment, whether it's with your business, your corporation, your personal ventures, your business dealings, your business contracts, grants, whatever the case may be, Are you doing right by humanity and by the grace of God? Or is it dirty work? It's really that simple. It's black and white. It's dark and light. People make it very, very complicated, but that's when their ego and their flesh comes in, where they start to try to create all these excuses in this mindset in their head as to why they're doing something poor, when really it's not like, oh, it's okay that I'm doing this because of XYZ. This is something that they've constructed in their mind to allow the programming of it, essentially. And that's where the world and culture and society has gotten to. I mean, it's even in this generation with our children. It totally is. And you have to remove the goggles to see that. You have to remove the goggles to see that. Where everybody is doing negative and doing wrong, but they've justified it in their own mindset because everybody walks with their own righteous hand and not God. You see? And that's where we've strayed from. And I hope this video is making sense. I don't know that it is or isn't, but I just be flowing, you know. I really do. I just see so much now coming from the particular career industry that I was in and the people that I worked alongside with. I see now. I see. And so because I see and I recognize all the different entities and the back ends and things like that, I recognize where it was coming from. And it wasn't actually coming from anything, or isn't coming from anything within them. It's being led by their ego and their flesh and their pride. 100%. And I know they know that. They do. But they carry such a big amount of pride. It's just never going to be one of those things where they actually come to terms with it. I mean, I pray for that. But I just don't know. I really don't know. I know that I'm going to go to my grave fighting for it. I'll tell you that. Fighting for their families, fighting for my family, fighting for right. 100%. 100%. There needs to be more people fighting for right in this world, not fighting for wrong. There's so many people out there fighting to prove wrong than right. Make that make sense. Golly, I just came up with that, but dang, truthfully, even in the justice system, there's so much freaking people fighting for the wrong to be proven right. It's so crazy, actually. I'm sorry. I'm just enamored by that. That's where we've succumbed to. And then we're raising kids in this. And then we wonder why our children are the way that they are today. I hear that so many times. Talking about this generation and our children. Where do you think they get it from? They just pop out this way. They learn it from the parents. They learn it from the platform we've created for them. We are to blame. You and I. We are to blame for this generation. So we should be held accountable to fix it. To fix it. Own our wrongs. Take accountability. Walk with integrity. Don't talk in rooms when people aren't in there to defend. And then act like you don't talk about people. That's what you don't do. Gosh, I'm sorry. I get kicked out of this. Because I can just close my eyes and see it. I truly can. Oh, I can. And it happens all the time. On phone calls. With your girlfriends. Your loved ones. And this and that. There's just so many people. It's just like, just remove. I pose this. Go into your day-to-day. And go into it. And don't talk negatively about anyone. See how long you can make it. Don't talk negative about anyone other than yourself. If you're going to talk negative, talk about yourself. I always be talking about myself in a negative way. Because I find it to be, I know my self-worth, I know my self-value, but I know what it took for me to get here. I know I'm not above anybody. I know I'm right there down on the ground with everybody. I know my sinful nature before I came to the ground October 2022. So see, but I I really don't talk negative about anybody else other than what they're throwing in my way. Like my appointment got canceled for the freaking second time. It's like I can't get my teeth cleaned and I can't get into the doctor's for just a checkup. Riddle